What's up, nerds? It's Havoc, and we are back with another Pro Match 1v1 breakdown here between Xizi and Reakly on Faymonville. We've got Xizi in the south. He is probably the top Chinese player currently on the ladder, sitting at rank 11 at the moment with US forces, and none other than number 3 consistently meta plays RTS tournament player Reakly up in the north playing Wehrmacht. Meta plays this tournament. Some interesting games, definitely. We'll probably break some of those down. But you guys should definitely check out that channel if you're interested in the high-level games that happen on the tournament over this weekend. I'll link it in the description. But let's get into this one. So Reakly starting out with the double pile opener into Fallschirmjäger. So it's going to be Luftwaffe battle group for Reakly versus heavy weapons battle group for Xizi here in the south. And Faymonville, a COH3 classic, if I'm not mistaken. Remade by AE and I believe K-Pen, and of course partnership with the Relic team. I'm a big fan of this map. It makes for very interesting games. Usually longer games, bit of a slogfest. That's usually the case, but so far we've definitely had some of the more interesting tournament games on this map. And we can see here, we'll see another one from Xizi and Reakly. So Reakly going to be fortifying up this middle position with the Fallschirm Pioneer that he dropped in, going for a Grenadier start. Both players doing a good job moving their starting headquarters buildings up to the edge of their territory to minimize walk time towards the center. If you guys aren't doing this today, this is something that you definitely need to be doing. It's going to save you a little bit of time, get your units on the field faster after they are finished produced.
We have riflemen taking the field.
We had a pile opener forced back by the scout on the right-hand side of the map. Little engagement there between the two players. And Xizi kind of jockeying for position here in the middle, waiting for the secondary rifleman to come in and reinforce this push onto the Fallschirm Pyro. Taking a lot of damage, doing the right thing, get on top of this Fallschirm Pioneer. Grenadier trying to back up, but taking too much damage and going to be forced to retreat, dropping a few models there for the Fallschirm Pioneer. Now going to close onto the Grenadier. Meanwhile, Scout pushing up to the north side to decapture that +10 fuel in the corner. And second Scout on the south side of the map, vacuuming up the south side here. With Xizi having access to this building, he's pretty much guaranteed to be able to win against this Pioneer here from Reakly. Unless, of course, he had a flamethrower in production, which he does not. Reakly going to go for the decap, it looks like, on the +10 munitions point. But he's definitely not going to be finding a good angle here to fight this scout inside the building. So surely he's going to retreat there. There we go. Meanwhile, up in the north here, Pioneer getting very low on the +10 fuel. Both riflemen outnumbered here, but taking up enough time that it looks like Xizi's going to be able to get the capture off. Nice couple of grenades in there. Throws both at the same time so as to try to micro-tax Reakly too much for him to dodge out of the way of both of them. Both riflemen now forced away. Scout caught out of position. Oh, taking a big alpha volley from the Grenadier. He's going to go down before he gets the retreat off. And Xizi's going to drop that early scout. That is not a nice... It looked very good with the +10 fuel decapture, but now not looking so good for Xizi. Due to losing that map control that he would have got from the second scout. And now he's down to 1. Reakly looking to take back the field very quickly. He's got a Pioneer on this +10. Fallschirm Pyro capturing the fuel. And we've got a Grenadier now fortifying the north side +10. And meanwhile in the south here, Xizi Scout decapturing Reakly's fuel. So we've had a little bit of a fuel swap. But definitely working in favor of Reakly so far. He's got all his units together. MG42 just now hitting the field, and that's also going to hurt with only 1 scout on the field to spot it out. Very nice suppression there, baited by the low health Pioneer. Grenadier doing a good job backing away from these riflemen, kiting him back towards the machine gun. More Grenadier reinforcements coming in, as well as the Fallschirm Pioneer. Nice grenade by Xizi. Not quite enough to get the damage he needs to threaten the wipe. Rifleman, unfortunately, that one model was caught a little bit out of position there with the sprint from the machine gun, but he dropped, so not going to get suppressed there. Both riflemen just trying to hide behind the building here, avoid the arc of the machine gun that he knows is waiting to pounce. And these riflemen surely going to be forced out of position here on the north side fuel. But honestly, no skin off of Xizi's back. He's been collecting fuel this whole time during that engagement. No upgrades yet for Infantry Support Center for Xizi, but he did decide to go for, it looks like, a Weapon Support Center back in his base. Surely we're going to expect to see maybe an early half-track, perhaps a machine gun. Like M3 Armored Personnel Carrier was unlocked.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Sorry, the Assault Carrier, which is the personal carrier variant with the extra armor.
We must act.
And the Fortified bonus, which reduces damage above 90% health.
Nearby squads will be reinforced, Commander.
So Xizi's going to take a beat here while Reakly fortifies the right side of the map here. He's also going for the decapture on the left-hand side. So Xizi is going to have to prioritize which side he wants to defend. Nice mine going down here from Reakly's Fallstrom Pioneer.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Pioneer's kind of just holding the periphery, scouting, and capturing these external points while the MG42 and the 2 line units hold down the +10 fuel itself. Got 221 in production here for Reakly. Gonna hit the field shortly after the Assault Carrier from Xizi. Interesting stick grenade there from Reakly before being forced away by the Rifleman. Lots of units concentrated on this right-hand side fuel. He's definitely going to need the help of the Assault Carrier to break through this. Also going to have to watch out for the mine. It looks like Reakly didn't manage to finish planting that mine. Assault Carrier going to push on to the flank here with the Rifleman. MG42 gets spotted out by the Scout. And it looks like he's going to go in for the push. 221 responding. Quick snare on it from the Rifleman. Gonna force that away. Pioneer being chased on retreat. MG42 suppresses the first Rifleman. No Faust coming up from Reakly. And it looks like he's gonna try to hop on top of that MG42 with the Assault Carrier and the Rifleman, which is gonna be promptly retreating. So Xizi's gonna come out on top of that engagement. He did also manage to push off the Grenadier on the left-hand side of the map, which is very nice for him. And now he's going to go back to double fuel pretty shortly. See what kind of purchases he's going to go for. Could see bars, could see logistics. Very common strategy as of recent is a heavy weapon stall with logistics into the Pershing tank. Made a video about that a long time ago. Link in the description if you're wondering about how to do that strategy. 221 going to force off the Rifleman on the left-hand side. Interesting playing the captain inside of the Assault Carrier. Not sure he's getting the shared veterancy bonus by having the captain inside the half-track. But he is going to be providing some nice extra DPS with the LMG from the captain on top of the top-mounted 50 cal. 221 going to respond here to the caliber. Procs here for Xizi, and 221's going to take some poke damage from it. He's going to back that up. Zook squad in production here for Xizi, and we've got a LG40 on the field here for Reakly as a response to this M3 Assault Carrier, which is currently upgrading to 75mm variant. Surprisingly, no use of exchangeable parts here for Xizi. I'm a little surprised by that. Would have allowed him to upgrade this GMC much more quickly. MG42 trying to cover the flank here to avoid the grenade from the Rifleman. 221 here plus the Pioneer should be able to force that off.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
And a nice push in here from Xizi to cut off the 2 munitions points of Reakly on the left-hand side while the Pioneer goes for the VP.
Victory point now under enemy control.
221 just spotting and playing support role for the MG42 as he cruises up the middle here. Brain, does Reakly have medical kits? Yeah, he does. That would be a good time to use this. There we go. Brain works just as quickly. And he's going to get some nice heals onto that Pioneer squad as well as the Gren on the field. Scout capturing out the right-hand side. Scout car going to rotate over to the left. Nice mine here. This is a very, very popular mine for Faymonville. This choke point is perfect for attempted vehicle flanks. And so defensively, offensively, whichever side of the map you're on, this is a great position for a mine because this is a very common path that vehicles will take when attempting to flank the center positions. And this is an easy way to shut that down. So very nice mine there from Reakly. Pioneer, Fall Pioneer going to capture at the munitions point on the right-hand side. That's going to play nicely into Reakly's battle group here with the Lift to Alpha battle group. Also got a Fallstrom Pioneer coming in now. First one dropped on the field. Mentioned in my guide, I usually like to go 2 Grenadiers into Fallstrom Jaegers. Reakly's going for a 2 Gren stall. Fallstrom Jaegers coming out a little bit later than you might if you were trying to rush them, but Reakly gonna opt for it anyways. It's a nice ambush bonus on this Rifleman squad here on the right-hand side. Pioneer forcing off the Scout, but he is outnumbered. Surely he's going to be forced off in short fashion here by the triple rifleman. M3 is also on the retreat path. Nice dodge, but Reakly really nothing to gain by sticking around here besides the loss of a couple extra models potentially, and threatening, honestly, if Xizi had grenades here, more munitions for grenades, he definitely could have threatened the wipe. That was definitely a dangerous play there by Reakly. Another 30 cal in production here for Xizi. Have to imagine he's going to upgrade it to a 50 soon enough. Zook doing exactly what it needs to do in deterring the 221. Little surprised, honestly, about the GMC upgrade. I feel like it's a little unnecessary considering Reakly only has a little bit of armor on the field. But this is a good substitute for not having a mortar for Xizi. He's able to apply some pressure to that MG42 when it's in a good position. Due to the barrage effect on C. G42 going to catch out this rifleman. Pioneer harassing the +10 in the south. He is going to get the decaptured because Xizi not quite paying attention to the micro of these riflemen. Pioneer might get picked up on retreat by the mine unless he vaults the fence here. Oh, sorry, that's Reakly's mine. I forgot. So he is safe there on the retreat. 50 cal applying some good cover in the middle. Duke squad, GMC forcing off that MG42 like we talked about. Captain Mark coming in on the 221 to force it away. He's just going to repair his way back up. Both players doing pretty well on the economy side. Losses looking pretty even. Xizi definitely with the fuel advantage here. About a 50 fuel advantage due to that double fuel in the early game. But the map is now equalized, and I believe with Xizi going for early logistics, which I'm pretty sure he went logistics just a couple minutes ago, and now bars. Quite a bit of fuel expenditure for the purpose of helping those riflemen scale up. Duke squad catches out the 221 here with the help of the 50 cal on the left-hand side. Oh, interesting, because that grenade almost picked up the rifleman there on retreat. And surely this bar rifleman is going to be able to beat out this grenadier here on the right-hand side.
Defend our victory point. We're losing.
Eats the grenade, actually. 221 coming in for the kill. He's a little bit slow on the chase, but he might be able to pick it up. The boost from the captain helping a lot with the received accuracy bonus. I'm sure that the received accuracy bonus from flanking maneuver saved this rifleman from the 221. So flanking maneuver provides 20% harder to hit, 50% less suppression for the entirety of its duration. And you saw there that one-man rifleman was able to avoid the, expanded rate of fire on the 221 as he was retreating. Surely, without flanking maneuver, this 221 would have been able to pick up that kill. So that's a really nice win for Xizi there. Well played by Reakly. Captain gets forced away from the right-hand side. Fallschirmjäger going deep to decapture the south side fuel here for Xizi. And Reakly's going to look to gain back that fuel disadvantage pretty quickly here with capturing the right-hand side and decapturing this bottom territory. Scout is going to spot out the Fallschirmjäger. Reakly, noticing this, just managed to evade the detection radius of the scout squad. GMC applying suppression with this MG42. Nice hit there. He is going to be able to avoid the second shot, though. MG42 is going to set up again. Fallschirmjäger in a good position. No weapon upgrades yet for the Fallschirmjäger. A little surprised to see that. I feel like the MG15 is probably one of the best early game anti-infantry upgrades, especially when you're playing against riflemen for this unit. And we've got another Fallschirmjäger being dropped in here by Reakly. Surely he's going to be thinking about his tier 4 soon. Maybe get out some Panzer IVs. MG42 providing ample cover here to the fuel point, but not quite within the arc here to stop the rifleman from decapturing. Grenadier gets caught out by the 50 cal here on the right hand side. That's going to get forced away. Second Fallschirmjäger hitting the field, just rotating over to this green cover on the victory point. Looks like Xizi's gone for the first strike component. Oh, wow, nice pickup there from the 2-2-1 on the left-hand side here. Combination of the Fallschirmjäger ambush, the 2-2-1 pounce, and then the Grenadier coming in, and Reakly's going to fortify this quickly. He's not going to give up that right-hand side fuel without some price. Fallschirmjäger caught out of position again. He got forced away by these massive units from Xizi. But Reakly doing a really good job playing the map super wide as he does. Very common for... Got a hold fire, cheeky hold fire ambush action coming in on this Duke squad. Unfortunately didn't get the ambush bonus proc as he was moving his way into the green cover. Fallschirmjäger's going to trade with the 50 cal here in the middle. Rifleman going to force him out of the green cover. Good retreat there from Reakly to avoid the nade. GMC going to trade blows with that 2-2-1. LG40 has something to say. I believe that's the first shot he's fired with the LG40. And GMC going to return fire on this MG42 with the barrage ability. Forces that back as well. And now we've got tier 4 up. Going up for Reakly. Xizi can smell it. He's got another bazooka squad in production. Doesn't want to get caught out from the first armored vehicle coming out from Reakly. And you have to imagine a Brumbar would probably be your best bet. Knowing that your opponent's going for a Pershing stall. Your other option is obviously Deathball of Panzer IVs, and then you can back it up with the Luftwaffe 88 emplacement. But no choices yet here made for Reakly. Have to imagine maybe he's going to go for that loiter pretty soon as his first choice. And that's kind of your other option when you're in Reakly's position here. You can go for your fast tier 4 vehicle and try to end the game with a loiter push with your first medium tank. That is a really, really good way to go. Obviously, Faymonville, because this map is so short and wide, it is quite difficult to just close the game out with a big push. But it is doable, and Reakly has the tools for it. A little surprised to not see officer quarters from Reakly, not gonna lie, from his Luftwaffe building. Would help out with it, his LG40, 221 XP, as well as these Fallschirmjägers. Xizi completely forced off this right-hand side. 50 cal might catch out this Fallschirmjäger. Yep, he does have vision of it. Wow, and he gets the pin off. He's gonna be able to defend that fuel point there. MG15 finally on the Fallschirm Pioneer here. Gonna make short work of that 50 cal if he doesn't move. Good retreat. Also choosing to push up the middle. Finds this newly constructed mortar pit. And maybe he's gonna go for the satchel. Yeah, goes for the satchel to finish that off. Honestly, he probably could have finished this off with small arms. He probably didn't need to throw that, but I do understand the desire to take this out, as you know, you don't know necessarily when you're going to get this opportunity again. However, I'll also say, like, with your Panzer IV just now hitting the field and how pushed up you are, you might have wanted to save the munitions for your loiter. I'm seeing a lot of munitions spend happening for Reakly quite late. Looks like he's like been planting mines, throwing this satchel. You really want to get access to your loiter like as soon as possible so you can try to make one of those game-ending pushes. But Reakly opting for the munition spend on grenades, satchels, and mines instead. Pioneers and Grenadiers battling these bazooka squads on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, Rifleman and Captain engaging in the middle. Now, we do have a triple cap ticking here against Xizi. His VPs are dropping quickly. Pioneer going to get that retreat off. Panzer IV in a good position to support. Rifleman going to retreat as he's very low. That's a good choice. Rifleman surely going to be able to force off this Grenadier on the south side fuel. Meanwhile, MG42 backed up by the LG40 on the right-hand side. And I have to imagine the fuel gain, yeah, it's just starting to tilt now in favor of Reakly. He's about 10 fuel ahead. GMC poking away at the Panzer IV. Fallschirmjäger found some nice green cover for himself there. Goes for the Faust, but Xizi quick to hit the reverse key. 50 cal does manage to catch out this Fallschirmjäger. He's got one model that's exposed here. Captain, quick on the retreat. Another strafing run here from Reakly. Not great returns on that. He's only going to get the pin on one of the machine guns, but the bazooka squad's still going to force the Panzer IV away, and he is going to be able to get that capture in the middle sector. Rifleman capturing up this left-hand side, finally going to get back his fuel. This is actually Reakly's fuel. Natural fuel is still well guarded here by the MG42, 2240.
We've lost control of a sector.
Really would have liked to see the radio antenna upgrade here for Reakly. It would give him all kinds of intel about the position of Xizi's units, sorry. Especially considering how passively he's using it. Oh, GMC runs into the mine. He's right next to the other one. And GMC goes down to 2 mines.
M3 half-track has been destroyed.
That hurts for Xizi. He doesn't have a mobile response now to the Panzer IV. And he's got a second Panzer IV here in the bank, but Xizi getting quite close to the Pershing. 221 swinging in from the right-hand flank. Fallschirmjäger walking in as well. Gets hit by the snare, but nothing remains to follow up from what we can see, unless these bar riflemen hit the rear. Riflemen get forced away on the left-hand side. One of them goes down. It was a bit of a disaster there for Xizi.
Reinforces required, Commander.
Losing one of his vetted riflemen.
300 points remaining for the Germans.
He'll still have his machine guns to help contain the infantry, but Reakly in a commanding position now. 2 Fallschirmjägers, lots of line infantry, light AT support, 2nd Panzer IV in production, but Xizi is just a meager half a CP away from a Pershing that he has been stalling for.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
And I'm just noticing Reakly looks like he's gone for infantry reserves over the 88, the Flak 36 emplacement. I mean, considering his economy, I don't really see the need for this. He also still has yet to unlock his late game airstrike abilities, which to me is probably the thing that you want to focus on first. Okay, there we go. We finally got the radio antenna up here. 2nd Panzer IV in production. Now, knowing that the Pershing is coming, if I'm Reakly, I'm probably thinking about skirts next. We are too close to pop cap to be able to get another Panzer IV. So we're going to need skirts to prevent that Pershing from 3-shotting the Panzer IVs. MG42 getting flanked here by the double rifleman. GMC barrage coming in somewhere. Where is that? Oh no, he's taking pot shots at the Panzer IV here on the left. Oh, MG's gonna get caught out. Wow. Can't believe he got away from that grenade. Panzer IV is pushing in on these bazooka squads. Grenade forces away. Oh, that engineer. Forgot to retreat the engineer, and he suffers a dire fate at the hands of the Panzer IV, but saves the two bazooka squads. And now, Big Daddy's on the field. Mark 26 Pershing heavy tank. Xizi's stall is finally paying off, and it couldn't have come at a better time, because without this thing, it was looking really, really dire for Xizi, sorry. And Pershing fires his intro shot at the Fallschirm pile. Reakly now knows that the Pershing's on the field, and I have to imagine he's regretting that he went for infantry reserves over the Black 36. P4 is feeling pretty confident. We have a Panzer books to upgrade on the 221. A little surprised by that, to be honest. Bet 3, 50 caliber, doing a good job containing this infantry push in the middle. P4 is poking away at the sidearm of the M26. Pershing returning fire. Second shot on that on the other P4. Reakly trading blows. Couple of misses there. Fires the snare around, disabling the main gun of the Pershing, but the P4 is marked. Oh, and the Pershing picks up the kill on one of the P4s. And now, I mean, Reakly's, he's got plenty of pop cap. He's got the resources to replace that P4, but that's not a trade that you want to be taking against the Pershing. The faster this thing bets up, the more difficult it's going to be to take out in combination with all your other units and abilities. And still no use of Stukaloider from Reakly. Fallschirm Jaeger's farming away at this fighting position. Pershing poking away at the Pioneer. Another phosphorus round out for the 221. Interesting. I was gonna say, didn't get the gun disable effect on the Pershing. That was weird. Pershing continuing to poke away. Another engineer on the field here for Xizi to get some repairs onto that Pershing tank. Fallschirm Jaeger going to get caught out. He's not going to go for the Faust. Instead, he's going to try to retreat. It's off retreat. 50 cal. Holding down the middle against this Panzer IV. Damage reduction coming in really clutch there for him.
Reporting in.
Now, we do have an officer quarters out for Reakly, but still no sign of skirts yet, which is really what he needs to survive against the Pershing tank here. Pershing poking away in the middle.
Taking a victory point.
Duke squad's probing the left-hand side there, getting caught out by the Fallschirm Jaegers. Captain probing the middle as well. And Reakly taking this opportunity to refortify this right-hand side. Capture it up with the Grenadier and Fallschirm Jaeger. He does still have more infantry, so much more capable in these engagements than Xizi is. Zook's pushing up the middle here. Gets the volleys off. Scout car finally goes down. That is a really nice pickup, actually, for Xizi. He doesn't have to worry about the phosphorus interfering with his Pershing's ability to fire anymore, so that will be really nice. Pershing rotating over. That 3 rifleman here is going to be able to make short work of that Fallschirm pile. Pershing there to help. Another strafe in here for Reakly. Still no use of loiter. Honestly, not super impressed with the munition spend here from Reakly in this game. Couple of pokes from the P4s onto the M26. But not afraid is Xizi from a potential dive.
Victory point lost.
Pershing supported now by the Zooks, as well as a 50 cal. He's got 2 engineers actively repairing it in combat. LG-40 gets a penetrating hit. Another one. These engineers keeping them pretty well topped up here against these Panzer IVs pushing in. Zook supporting as well. Big hit from the Pershing, as it always is. Rifleman holding out against this Fallschirmjäger on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Zooks and Pershing fighting it down, exchanging grenades here on the right-hand VP. Look at these players managing both these engagements at the same time. And good force. Xizi has the superior numbers here. M26 was moving over to try to pick up the retreating squad, but Reakly quick on the retreat. Avoid that. Third Panzer IV in production here for Reakly. And we've got a half-track in production here for Xizi. Probably thinking of a GMC to help support his Pershing here. Captain Mark is out again. Sprint comes out on the Rifleman, going for the snare on the Panzer IV. Doesn't quite get it off. Pershing is continuing to pursue though. Oh my gosh, look at that damage. One more hit like that. Another strafe. Forcing off that 50 cal. Ooh. Pershing side armor gets caught out by the Panzer IV. He pops a Vet 1, but both players miss each other. And Pershing is going to be able to squeak away from this. Oh, no, he's sticking around 50 cal. And way too deep. Oh, get some good bounces. Fallschirm Pioneer coming in from the right-hand side. Zooks deterring the push in from the Panzer IVs.
We are to be commanded. The enemy
It's
is
just
down
this
to 100.
blob of infantry from both players in the middle happening at the same time. Pershing is going to squeak away, though. And M3 is back on the field. Triple cap is going to come in short order for Reakly here. Xizi has to get back on the field. He can't afford to sit around and repair for too long. Maybe we'll see a little bit of ferrying being done by the assault carrier to get him back on the field quickly. He does now have rapid reposition, so his machine gun teams are going to be able to get to the corners of the map here much more quickly. Here we go. We've got a bazooka squad in the M3. Captain, Duke squad, rifleman, 50 cal, Vet 3 50 cal in the center going to be as well. And Reakly is just locking down the middle with these 3 P4s, anticipating the push in here from Xizi. Although he is going to get the decap here on the left-hand side, so that's going to stop the VP bleed. He's still getting quite low, though, with only 61 VPs left. And Reakly's force is pretty well spread out on the other two. Grenadiers throwing up some fortifications. MG42 covering the middle. That rifleman surely going to get forced out by that triple P3. Another strafing run coming in. No use of the loiter from Reakly. Pershing, a little bit of a sense of desperation here. Captain Mark goes into onto the Panzer IV. Still does really good damage to the P4 despite being hauled down. Getting some quick repairs in here. Zook squad is in the half track on the left-hand side, I think waiting for an opportunity to push in. Grenadier is here to cover as well. Everything's shooting at the Pershing. The Zook squad's coming in from the flank. Hitting these Panzer IVs, finished off by the Pershing tank. Another Zook squad coming in, firing at the other P4. Rifleman picks up the kill on the MG42. Pershing bouncing rounds left and right. Second P4 goes down. Third one pushing in to try to get some shots on the side armor. He gets cruise shocked by the Vet 1 from the Pershing, and that's a Vet 3 Pershing. Reakly just lost his entire armored composition. On 33 VPs left for Xizi. Oh my gosh, dude. That could not have gone any worse for Reakly. He got so lucky with the bounces on the frontal armor of the Pershing. I mean, it is kind of to be expected, but with the penetration buffs on the Panzers, I thought for sure they would be able to hold this thing back. But now, this game's completely flipped on his head. I mean, Reakly does only have 33 VPs to tick down here for Xizi, so if he can spread him thin enough, utilize his infantry, be kind of sneaky, he might be able to claw this back, but oh, not by pushing into the middle here where he knows the Pershing is. Fallschirmjägers, no ambush bonus here. Running into this Vet 3 rifleman. He's going to get forced away for sure, yeah. Another P4 in production here for Reakly. Still no skirts for the P4s. Honestly, I'm so confident skirts would have made the difference there in that engagement. But, and again, no use of loiter either. Loiter would have completely shut that engagement down, probably killed the Pershing, pinned all the infantry. But Reakly instead opting to use the strafing run and not having the munitions for it when he needs it. I mean, even a good loiter with this P4 should be enough to force the Pershing back. MG, Zook's coming in, taking some pot shots to the P4. Good volley. Takes him down to about half HP. Fallschirmjäger's trying to run by these riflemen, but caught out of position now. 50 cal gets the suppression on the squad on the left-hand side here. Might see another Panzer IV here for Reakly. Oh, Fallschirmjäger's in trouble. Double Faust is going to come in on the Pershing. Does get the engine damage. Fallschirmjäger squeaks away with so little HP. Another M3 in here, in production here for Xizi. Surely he's going to retreat the Grenadier, merge into that fall.
Reinforcement withheld, Commandant.
Yeah, I don't want to be spending all your
Our
resources on that.
infantry will be
Reinforcements.
automatically.
Surely he'll merge it. No, maybe not. Busy trying to catch out this 30 cal on the left-hand side. Another strafing run. He is going to force him off this left-hand side. Xizi has to move over here, actually, really quickly. Otherwise, he's going to lose this VP. Okay, he is going to rotate over. Reakly looks like he's going to go for the decap. Maybe try to push it in the middle while all this is happening. Ducking into the building to protect against the Pershing fire. He is going to focus on the engineer to try to cut it down before they get the decap. Xizi not taking cover behind the Pershing to get the... Oh, he's throwing a satchel instead of the building. There's only one door.
We have reports our Fallschirmjäger have been killed.
Oh my God.
Enemy
11
forces have
HP
claimed our
engineer.
territory.
Meanwhile, Panzer IV pushing into the middle. Trying to hold it down against these bazooka squads. 4 shots taken by the M3. Panzer IV goes down. Pershing swings back to the right, the middle here. Pershing going for the push here on the Panzer IV, and Reakly throws in the towel. Oh my God, dude. Oh my gosh. What a game, dude. Unbelievable. I thought for sure Reakly had that in the bag, but in classic Reakly fashion, I think some really questionable macro decisions. No access to the Flak 36, so he wasn't able to anchor against the Pershing. I mean, dude, he could have put the Flak 36 like right outside of his base, and it would have covered all the way to the middle. What a mistake that was. Infantry reserves not cutting it for him there. Not to mention no skirts on his Panzer IVs, which would have allowed him to survive an extra volley or shot from that Pershing tank. Use of the strafe, the pin strafe over the loiter in that last engagement. Several times he used the pin when he should have just dropped the loiter. Yeah, Reakly's game to lose, and unfortunately he he kind of did everything that he could to lose it. Let's look at the resource side here for both players. Yeah, Reakly pulled well ahead in the fuel gain that game. But yeah, falling short, unfortunately, and Xizi clutches the end of that game with that Pershing tank. Obviously got some good RNG on the Panzer IVs, firing at the frontal armor, bouncing. But I honestly think, you know, that was the only reason he got lucky was because Reakly did not make the right macro decisions. And so I think for that, you know, well-deserved win by Xizi. Very well played, both of these nerds. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Hope you learned something. Check out more of these. I'll link to the playlist in the description if you like this. Let me know what else you want to see. I'll catch you nerds on the next one.